What's up, everybody? Brian Edwards, MajorWager.com, coming to you on Tuesday morning. It is 10:58 a.m. Eastern. Want to do a video for the NFL Wild Card Round Weekend because I've already got a number of plays decided upon. Um, 6-1 this past Sunday in Week 18, the regular season finale for all to improve to 72 and 56 on the season, 56% plus 10.6 units. Those are my official plays on VegasInsider.com that are documented. You can check them out anytime, whenever you want. All right, so Seattle at San Fran. Um, Niners rolling, 10-game winning streak. Brock Purdy undefeated as a starter. Um, they roll 38-13 on Arizona this past week. I had a couple of winners in their game. I had their first half team total over 13.5 for a winner, and I had their team total over 26.5 for a winner. My other winners were Eagles -4 in the first quarter. My only loss was under 41.5 for Falcons Bucks. I also had the Bengals against the Ravens. I had it -7. I'd gotten it early in the week. Also had the Steelers -2.5 to the Browns, and I had the Bengals -5.5 in the first half, which I did not play early in the week. I got that late in the week. But anywho, all right. So I think you're good, basically betting San Fran any way you want to in this game. So I'm taking them three different ways. I've taken them -5.5 in the first half. Your line might be 6. I feel like I got a pretty generous line at 5.5, although it was juiced to -20. Um, I've already taken San Fran -10, and like I just noted from last week, I've taken their team total over 13.5 in the first half. So again, Niners 13-4 straight up, 11-6 against the spread on the season overall. They're 8-1 straight up, 7-2 against the spread in 9 home games. Seattle 9-8 straight up, 7-10 against the spread overall. They're 4-3 straight up, 3-4 against the spread. Excuse me, and 7 road assignments. They had that game in Germany with the Bucks, and yeah, I guess they got 9 home games. So, anywho, 10-game winning streak, like I said, for the Niners. Okay, 7 of their wins during this 10-game winning streak have been by 13 or more, which is obviously relevant, laying a pretty big number here. And I don't like to lay double digits, but I'll do so in this scenario. Their last 5 wins at home, they've won by margins of 25, 17, 28, 16, and 13. So extremely dominant. They swept a pair of regular season meetings from Seattle. They won 27-7 as an 8.5 point home chalk way back on September 18th. And then on a short week without Debo Samuel, who came back in the regular season finale, and with Brock Purdy making his first career road start, and with Brock Purdy not practicing all week because he had that oblique injury from his first career start, that blowout win over the Bucks the week before. Um, Yet they still won 21 to 13 and covered as a 3-point road favorite. So I mentioned how I like the Niners in the first half and the team total over in the first half. So they led 20 to nothing at halftime to Seattle at home in mid-September. In mid-December at Seattle, they led 14-3 at intermission. I've been betting these team totals for the Niners in the first half pretty consistently for a couple of months now, and I can tell you you should get over 13.5 right now while you can. And I say that because I think it'll be more heavily juiced later in the week and might even move to 14, which you wouldn't want that. because they have been right on 14 by halftime in several of their games here recently, and I wouldn't want you to push when it could be a winner. So I would get that ASAP. Now some of your books may not have team totals up yet. The FanDuels and the DraftKings of the world, they do. So hopefully most of our listeners have accounts there. Um, so just on the Seattle side of things, they're mired in a 3-5 straight up slump, and even worse, 1-7 against the spread in their last eight. And two of those three outright wins came against the Jets, who what just ended the season on what, a 6 game losing streak, if I'm not mistaken, and the Rams in overtime the other day, when you know the Rams have played all right down the stretch, but obviously missing a lot of their key personnel. Um, just a couple more numbers, like in terms of the team total over in the first half. So in San Fran's last 8 games, by halftime, they've had the following scoring outputs: 21, 14, 7 against the Commanders, which obviously would be an L. 14, 28, 17, 10, which would be another L, and 17. So over 13 and a half in the first half for San Fran's team total is on a 6-2 run. All right. My other big play this week is the Bengals. We're not going to know about Lamar Jackson until later in the week. If he plays, he's going to be rusty. And it's a knee injury, and so much of Lamar's game is about his explosive, um, scrambling ability, his elusiveness in the pocket, etc. And the guess here is that you know all those talents of his or what have you. Um, I mean, I'm not saying he's not. I mean, they're not going to put him out there unless he can play. I'm not saying he won't be running the ball. I'm just saying I doubt he'll be running it quite as effectively, and probably a little hesitant to run as much. Just not wanting to aggravate it, wanting to be able to make it through the whole game, etc. But we still don't know if he's going to play. Um, and today is Tuesday. Um, during the regular season, they don't practice until Wednesday. I'm not sure if that's different this week with the playoffs. Should know more tomorrow, but I'm going to go ahead. I've already played Cincinnati -6.5. Why? Because I've been playing them every game for 2 months, and they've covered every time except for one. They are Well, they've won 8 straight, 7-0-1 against the spread during that stretch. They have not tasted defeat since October 31st at Cleveland, which was a short week game on a Thursday. Um, and also, sorry, excuse me. I bet the Bengals to win it all like a month ago. Um, what did I get? It was either 11-1 or 12-1. I think right now it's 9-1 or so. I think the Bengals are going to win the Super Bowl now. Sorry. Now they have lost a couple of O linemen to injuries here the last couple weeks, which sucks. But they were a play or two away from winning the Super Bowl last year with the worst O line in the NFL. That group has been much better this year. Now Collins is out, and one of their guards got injured the other day, so that's not good. But I still think they're the best overall team in the NFL, and I think they have the best quarterback in the NFL. For God darn it, excuse me, sorry. 4 of their 8 wins during this 8 game winning streak have been by 11 points or more. Just beat the Ravens by double digits, albeit with Anthony Brown at quarterback, not Huntley, not Jackson. And if it's not Jackson this week, it will be Huntley. Um, yeah, so I'm just rolling with the Bengals. I mean, they just keep winning and covering week after week after week after week, and I'm a big believer in this team. All right, for a smaller amount, I've got 2 other plays. And oh, and by the way, and I'm not against the Bengals. I do respect the Ravens defense, and so I wouldn't get so aggressive with it, like in terms of the Niners, because I'm on them first half. And what is the first half line for the Bengals? If it's 3, I like it. If it's 3.5, maybe not so much. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's 3.5 everywhere. So yeah, maybe not so much. But I'm not against the Bengals team total over 13.5 in the first half. And I'm not against, or actually, it's even 13 at FanDuel, the minus 105 price, 13.5 at BetMGM at an even money price. And I'm not against the Bengals team total over 25.5 for the game. But again, I do respect the Ravens defense. So, yeah, you don't need to put too many eggs in that basket with the Bengals, because what we're doing with the Niners is a high risk, high reward. Probably just want to go the Bengals minus 6.5 for the game. But again, I'm not against the team total over 13.5 in the first half. I don't know that I would do both the team total in the first half and the game over, because then then you're putting 3 plays on the Bengals. Like I'm confidently doing it with the Niners. Um, but I got a lot more respect for the Ravens than I do the Seahawks. So, all right, two much smaller plays amount wise. I'm going to go Vikings minus 3 and over 48 against the Giants. So um, it might be 48 and a half. Maybe you want to buy that point or half point to 48. 48 is kind of a key number in totals to me, at least. It's not a multiple of 7, but it's 6 off a multiple of 7. So, you know, 7 touchdowns, 2 field goals would make it a push. Anyway, the overs on a 5-2-1 run for the Giants, and those 5 overs have had at least 48 combined. The overs on a 6-1 run for the Vikings, who are next to last in the NFL, both total defense and pass defense, and they're 28th in scoring D. But offensively, the Vikings are 7th in total offense, 6th in passing yards, 8th in scoring. When these teams met last month, 27-24 for 51 combined points. So just a small play on over 48. Then I'll go Vikings minus 3 as well. They're 8-1 straight up at home. Their first 6 of their 8 home wins were by 4 points or more. Their last 2 have been by 3 or more. So they've won all 8 of their 9, or all 8 of the wins have been by at least 3, which would be a push in this scenario. They lit our Cousins lit the Giants up the first meeting, or I think it was December 15th last month. Um, he had 34 of 48 completions, 299 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Justin Jefferson, 12 catches, 33 yards, and TJ Hawkinson had 13 receptions for 109 yards and 2 touchdowns. So there you go. There's some plays. Big believer in the Niners this week. Also like the Bengals, because I like the Bengals every week. And again, amount wise, much smaller on the Vikings in the over against the Giants. I'm not saying those are all my plays, but those are the ones I've put in now. So happy New Year to all. Best of luck with your bets. I'm Brian Edwards, MajorWager.com. Over and out.